Alright, well, let's take a look at this rotary tool and take a few minutes to review some of the things that we've been learning about in terms of how to load a bit and talk about collets, etc. So basically, as I mentioned, this silver button here is the key to getting bits loaded and to changing collets. If you don't push that button, basically this the shaft will turn freely forever in either direction. And this is the mode the tool operates in when it's actually on and running with a bit in it. So to load a bit or to change a collet, you've got to push that button. And if you may feel some resistance in the button, go ahead and keep the pressure on it and turn, and eventually once you turn a ways, you'll notice that the button will actually fully depress. Go ahead and hold it in, then you can loosen that collar without any difficulty. If you've tightened it by hand, it'll loosen by hand, and if you've used a wrench, which we'll look at in a minute, you'll need that wrench likely because it will be too tight to turn by hand. So this knurled collar basically goes over the collet, and the collet is this small slotted collar that accepts a bit. So for example, the kit that we've been looking at has several different sizes of collets, and the difference between them is that internal diameter. You can see how this one is quite a bit bigger than this one, and you're going to have to maybe change collets depending upon which bit you want to use. So here's a drill bit that comes in this kit, and you can see all I have to do basically is match that diameter with that collet, and I know this is the correct collet because it's a snug fit. If I selected a smaller drill bit, it obviously is mismatched and the collet isn't near big enough, or excuse me, the collet is not small enough to fit this bit, so I'd have to try a different collet for this small bit till I found one that matched. You can see there is some resistance as I put that on, which is a sure sign that you've selected the right size collet. So once I've done that, I basically remove that bit again and go ahead and load the collet, and then take your knurled sleeve and thread that back on. Leave it kind of loose until you load that bit, which I'm going to go ahead and do now if I can. And then once I get that loaded, I can start again, push that button, and once the button depresses, you can actually tighten that collar, and if you want to, you can use this wrench to further tighten it. Don't over tighten it though. It's overkill to do so, and you might actually damage the collet unnecessary. Okay, so that kind of reviews how you load a bit.